So I'm going to start off with a magic circle for the first part of this lamb blanket. You don't have to use a circle, as you know. You can always chain 4 or 5, as small as you can really, and then join the two ends together. I'll do my usual magic circle. So I create a loop, pull the yarn through, and I do a chain to secure it. And then I'm going to do the very first round of this lamb blanket. So for the first round, you chain 1, and then we're going to do 9 double crochets in the middle of the circle. So that's insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. So I'm going to do that 9 times. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'm going to pull a short end to close the circle, and we'll just count that up again. So I always start from the chain on the end of my hook. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to go into the 9th chain there, and that's how where I will join my first round. So yarn over, pull it through and slip stitch all the way through. So that's round 1. Now to start round 2, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do 3 trebles in the same stitch. So yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, yarn over and pull through another 2. So that's my first treble. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our second treble. 1 more into the same stitch. So we've got 3 trebles in the same stitch. The next stitch we're going to go into, we will do a double crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. And now we want to do another 3 trebles in the next stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 stitches, yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to repeat that. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And the third one, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's the pattern for this round. So the first stitch we do is a double crochet, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through, and then in the next space we do 3 trebles. So that's 1 treble, and that's our second treble and our third treble, all in the same space. So we start the pattern again, double crochet into the next stitch and 3 trebles into the next. And our final part of the pattern is a double crochet and then 3 trebles. I am going to try my hardest not to get into the American stitches because I'm following an American pattern, but I'm going to try my hardest to keep repeating the English version, the UK abbreviations. So you should see that we've got 5 little sort of well, they're going to become the corners, the star-shaped corners of our pattern, of our blanket. So to join it together, we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch that we made. So insert your hook and pull all the way through, and that's our first pattern row completed, round I should say. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'll come back and we'll start the next round, which will be round 3. So this is going to be round 3 of the blanket. So we joined with a slip stitch on the previous round, and the next stitches, you can see, these are the tops of the 3 trebles we did on the previous round. So the first thing we'll do is to do a double crochet into the first of those 3 trebles. So I'm going to double crochet into the first one. And now we're going to make a corner. This is going to form your corner pattern. It's 2 different corners. This particular corner, they've called it corner 1. To do corner 1, you do 2 trebles into the third of the trebles of the row before. So we've got those 3 trebles from the previous round. So we're going to do 2 trebles into the same space. So it's that second treble of the round below. Then we'll chain 2, miss that, 1 and 2, and then we'll do another 2 trebles in the same space. So in that one space we've done 2 trebles, a chain of 2 and 2 trebles. And now in the next space, so that's the top of the 3rd treble from the row below, we'll do a double crochet. Now we're going to skip a stitch. So this next stitch, we'll skip that one and we'll go into the next stitch with a double crochet. Now we're back to this second treble from the row before, and this is where we're going to put a corner. So we do 2 trebles, and then a chain of 2, and 2 trebles in the same place. So that forms our corner. And then we double crochet into, really sorry, I'm going to do this over and over again. I'm doing my best to not. Double crochet into the next space. So that's our second corner. We've got one there, one there. Then we skip a stitch. So I'll try and show you this again. So from the previous round, we've got 3 trebles. In the first of those trebles, we're going to do a double crochet. In the second treble, we're going to make a corner. So that's treble, treble, chain 2, and another 2 trebles. And then a double crochet in the next stitch, and that's our corner. So we've got a double crochet, 2 trebles, a chain of 2, 2 trebles, and a double crochet. And we skip a stitch and we go to the next set of 3. Double crochet in the first one, and then we do have a corner, which is 2 trebles, chain 2, and 2 trebles, and then a double crochet. And we've got 1 corner left, so we skip a stitch, we go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, and then a corner, so that's 2 trebles, two chains, and 2 trebles, and then our final double crochet. And we've got to the end of round 3, and we're going to slip stitch. We're going to miss stitch, skip the stitch the same as we did as we were doing this round, go into the next stitch and slip stitch to join. So that's how you should be looking at the end of round 3. So this is round 4. So we ended with a slip stitch to join our stitches together at the end of round 3, and you'll see that the next 2 stitches are here. We're going to do double crochet into each of those. So we do double crochet into the first one, double crochet into the second one, and we're now back at the corner that we made earlier. We're going to do the corner again, but this corner is slightly different. This is called corner 2. For corner 2, you go into the corner and do a double crochet, chain 2, and do another double crochet into the corner. Now we want to do 2 double crochets. Now this time, be very careful when you're looking for your next stitch. Pull the corner stitch apart, because this is your next stitch, and it's quite easy to miss it because it sort of overlaps with the last stitch that you just done. So you need to pull it away a little bit. Make sure you do a single crochet into that stitch and then into the next stitch. And then what we need to do is a decrease. So you've got 2 stitches here that we're going to join together. If you're not sure which 2 to join, go to your next corner and you're going to have 2 single crochets that you're going to put into each of these 2 stitches. So if you look at those 2, it means it's the 2 before that we're going to join. So we'll insert a hook into the first one and pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the second and pull up a loop. And then we yarn over and pull through all 3, and that's a decrease because we've stitched those 2 stitches into 1. Now we're going to start the pattern again. We've got a single, I beg your pardon, we've got a double crochet and another double crochet, and then we've got our corner, which is a double crochet, a chain of 2, and a double crochet. Now remember, you've got to find this little stitch here. Don't miss it by going into the next one. It's very easy to miss it. Make sure you find that stitch which is just above the treble that we did earlier. Insert your hook into that one do a double crochet and another double crochet, and then we'll join these next 2 stitches together. Remember, if you look at your next corner and work back, we're going to work a double crochet into this stitch and this one, and these are the 2 that we'll join together. So insert a hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And we're ready to start the pattern again. So it's a double crochet, double crochet, and then into the corner you do a double crochet, a chain of 2 and a double crochet. Then remember to find the top of this next stitch for your next double crochet. We'll do a second double crochet, then we're going to join these 2 together, and then we've got our next pattern: double crochet, double crochet, into the gap, we'll do another double crochet. This is our corner, chain 2 and a double crochet, and then we need to put in 2 double crochets into the top of the next 2 stitches, and we're ready to do our decrease. So I'm going to do this again. There's your next corner. We're going to put a double crochet into this stitch and a double crochet into that stitch. So these are the 2 that we want to join. Now if you've only got one there, you've probably put one of these 2 stitches in the wrong place. So you might need to take that out and go back. So we'll do the decrease, insert the hook and pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. So this is our final corner here. Double crochet, double crochet, and then we're into the final corner, which is a double crochet, chain of 2, double crochet, and make sure you find this, the top of this stitch, double crochet, and again, and this is where we will do our final decrease. So we've got 1 stitch there and 1 stitch the next, which might be a little bit tight, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that's the end of round 4. So you've got round 1, round 2, round 3 and round 4. I'm going to slip stitch into the very next stitch to join round 4, and hopefully you'll be looking something like this. So we're now doing round 5. Now this is where we bring in the bobble stitch. It's called a modified bobble, and we're going to start off by doing 1 double crochet into the next stitch in the round, and then in the next stitch we're going to do a modified bobble. To do this, we're going to take the yarn over the hook, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to do a similar thing again. We're going to yarn over, insert your hook into exactly the same space and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through just 2 of the loops on the hook. You'll then have 3 loops on your hook. So we'll repeat that once more. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through just 2 loops on your hook until you've got 4 loops on your hook. Now that's the end of our our bobble, so we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on the hook. Then we go into our next stitch and finish it off with a double crochet. So we'll go into the next stitch. There we go, it's in there. Pull up a loop, very tight this one. Yarn over and pull through. So that's created the bubble. It won't look much like a bubble at first, but as we build up the rounds, you'll see it pops out a little bit. The next thing we're going to do is a corner. So we're back to the corners again. Now that's the chain 2 that we did in the previous round. And we're going to do a corner, which is corner 1, which means we're going to do 2 trebles. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we'll do that again. So that's our second treble. Chain 2 and do another 2 trebles in the same space, so it's in the same corner space. So we're now doing a single crochet into the next stitch. Now, similar to one of the other rounds we did, make sure you pull your stitch from your corner so that you can see the next stitch just here. It often gets lost because your corner will spread out a little bit and you won't be able to see that stitch hidden behind it. So make sure you pull it back a little bit. And we're doing a single crochet. Oh God, we're doing a double crochet into that stitch. And then we're going to do a bobble. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. 2 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and you've got 4 loops on your hook. Once you've got 4 loops on the hook, you yarn over and pull through all 4. The next stitch is a double crochet, so you can see where we've just done the bubble. Go into the very next stitch and we do a double crochet in there. And we're going to skip the next stitch. So we're going to go into the next one along and do a double crochet, and then we're going to do a bobble. And you can see that I've got my bobble stitch ready with 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. Finish that with a double crochet into the next stitch, and then we'll do our corner again. So this corner is made with 2 trebles, so that's 1 treble, and that's your second treble, chain 2, and we'll do another 2 trebles, and that's a corner made. We'll find the gap in the very tiny little gap in our next stitch for a double crochet, and then in the next stitch we're going to do another bobble. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. And the final thing to do is a double crochet in the next stitch. So I don't know if you can see that the idea here is to form this corner. We've got a double crochet, a bobble, a double crochet, then a corner, a double crochet, a bobble, and a double crochet to finish it. So that's the idea as you go around. Now the bobbles, you won't really see them very well, but can you see if I pop them up a little bit, they start to become a bit more prominent. So the more rounds you do, you'll be able to pop these little bobbles up so you'll be able to see them properly. So I'll continue with this round. So I'm going to skip a stitch and go into the next stitch with a double crochet and then a bobble stitch. When you've got the 4 loops left on your hook, you pull through all 4, and then remember to find the next space for your double crochet. Then we're going to do a treble into the corner, another treble, chain 2, and we'll do another 2 trebles into the corner. Oh dear, that's my dog, he's barking like crazy. I think I've just had an Amazon delivery. And then, sorry. And we're looking for the next gap for next stitch, which is a double crochet and then a bobble. So we want to end up with 4 loops on our hook for our bobble stitch. And once we've got the 4 loops on my hook, we yarn over and pull through all 4 and go into the next stitch and secure that with a double crochet. So hopefully you can see that we're starting to get this pattern that forms a little gap. So that's going to become the corner of your blanket, and we'll have these little bobble stitches which will gradually pop them through so that they stand out a little bit. So I'll continue in the same way until we get to the end of this row. We skip a stitch, go into the next stitch with a double crochet, and then do a bobble. So I'll repeat the instructions for the bobble again. Yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 of the loops. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And the third time, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll have 4 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. We'll do a double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're at the corner. So our 2 chain that we did in the previous row, we're going to do 2 trebles, and then we'll chain 2, and we'll do 2 trebles. And then we'll go into the next stitch for a double crochet, and then another bobble, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, and the third time yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4, and the next stitch is a double crochet. That's the next corner done. So we skip a stitch, double crochet, and then a bubble. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. Go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, nearly, and then we should be at the corner. Might need to find your corner a little bit there. And we're doing 2 trebles, so it's yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Second treble, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, and another 2 trebles for the corner. Then remember, when you're at this corner, you need to carefully find your next stitch. So we're doing a single crochet into that stitch, and then a bubble, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. Single crochet, double crochet, I was getting a bit too carried away with myself there. Double crochet into the next stitch, and we're at the end of the round, so that's round 5. And what we did in the previous rounds, we skipped a stitch at the end and went into the next one. So I'm going to skip a stitch and we're going to slip stitch to join round 5. Okay, again I'll just show you how the bubbles are starting to look. They'll look a little bit flat to start with, but you can just sort of push them through, because usually with a bubble you do it on the reverse because they automatically pop through on the reverse, but we're doing it the other way around in this particular pattern. But you can just manually push them through with your fingers and they'll pop through. And the bigger the blanket that we're doing, you'll see them, they'll pop through much easier as we go around. Okay, so that's the end of round 5. So we're now on to round 6 of the pattern, and from here on in the pattern is a repeat of 2 rows. The difference is each round I should say, you will increase the number of bubbles and the number of stitches. So for round 6, the first thing we're going to look at is this little stitch here. We're going to skip the first stitch and we're going to go into the next stitch and do a double crochet. So in the next stitch we'll do a double crochet, and then we'll do another one in the next stitch, so that's 2 double crochets. Then we've got a 3rd double crochet and a 4th double crochet. Now that brings us to the corner. When you get to the corner, we're going to do what we call corner 2. So this is made up of a double crochet, a chain of 2, and a double crochet. And then we're going to go down the other side of that corner. So if you just pull that apart a little bit to make sure that you can find the very first stitch that we need to go into, we're going to do a double crochet 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to do a decrease. So basically what we want to do is to join these two stitches together. So we're going to go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, into the second stitch and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and that's created a decrease. So we've lost a stitch in there. That's the pattern that we're going to do right round each of the petals. So we're going to do double crochet, 1, 2, try and do that in the right place, 2, 3, and 4. And then into the corner we'll do a double crochet, a chain of 2, and a double crochet. And again, remember to find the very first stitch, as that's always the one that's a little bit hidden. I'm going to do 4 double crochets down the side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do a decrease. So we're going to join these next 2 stitches together, insert the hook and pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all of the stitches. So that's the idea. We're going to do 4 double crochets, then do your corner, 4 double crochets, then you'll do your decrease, ready to start the next side. So I've got 4 double crochets along this edge, and then we've got our corner, which is 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So we're going to do 4 double crochets down this edge. Remember to find the very first one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we do a decrease. So we're going to join these 2 stitches together. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. We've got 4 double crochets down the next side, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the corner, which is double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. And then we go down the other side. So we've got 4 double crochets down this side, I know that the stitches look a bit strange because some of them are quite narrow stitches and some are quite wide, and it's just because of the type of thing you've done in the row before. The bobble stitch leaves quite a wide stitch. So we've done our 4 double crochets down that side, so we've got a decrease, so we insert the hook, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. I've got 4 double crochets down this edge, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then our corner, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and down this edge, remembering to find the very first one, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we finish with a decrease. So we're going to insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now the next one is actually really hidden in there, So it's barely worth making a decrease for, to tell you the truth. But that's where we need to go. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all three. So we're now on to round 7. So for round 7, this is the round where we're going to make our bobble stitches. And the idea is from now on, every round you do that has a bobble in it, you're going to add an extra bobble on every side. So the very first round we did with a bobble, we did 1 bobble on the side. This time we're going to make 2 bobbles. And as we go up the size of the blanket, that's how it's going to work. You'll increase by 1 bobble each time. Now the first stitch we need to do is a double crochet. So in the very next stitch, we're going to do double crochet, and then we're going to make a modified bobble. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 until you've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. The next stitch is a double crochet, and now we're going to do another bobble. So we'll create a second bobble on this edge. So there's our second bobble stitch, and then we'll do a double crochet to finish it off, and we're now at the corner. So for the corner we are going to do 2 trebles, chain 2 and 2 trebles. Now we're going to go down the other side. So we're going to do a single crochet, double crochet. Make sure you find that very first stitch. So we do a double crochet, and then we're going to do a bobble stitch, and then we'll do a single crochet in the next stitch. Oh, I've done it again. Double crochet, Carol. And then a bobble. And a double crochet. So basically that's what you're going to do around the edge of every corner, around each edge. So you start off by skipping a stitch, going into the next stitch, doing a double crochet, do a bobble, and then a double crochet, another bobble, and then a double crochet. So this round we're making 2 bobbles down every edge. Then you do your corner, which is 2 trebles, chain of 2 and 2 trebles. I'm going to do a double crochet, and again I will keep saying this, but this is the one that's very easy to miss, so find that little hidden stitch, do a double crochet, and then we're going to do a bobble, a double crochet, and another bobble. So I think you can get the idea that each round we're just increasing the number of stitches and the number of bobbles. With the bobble stitch at the end of the corner, the star shape bit, you miss a stitch and you move into the next one. And you're just going to continue all the way around doing the same thing. So I'm not going to go all the way around and do it again. Hopefully that, along with the written pattern, will help you to make your blanket.